toy collectors, designer toy fans, all around weirdos. It's me, Alex, a bearded weirdo, your new favorite bearded weirdo, here to talk to you about Icy Colors. This is a collaboration between Tony Riff and Unruly Industries. Unruly Industries jumped right in the deep end with their collaborations, obviously, by this example. This is the first, definitely not the last, Tony Riff collaboration. Bonehead is also up for order, but Icy Colors is shipping now. So Tony Riff, if you're not familiar with his work, you should really get familiar. Go to his social media on Instagram and Twitter. You're going to see some of his work. Your mind will be blown. This is based on one of his more popular and classic drawings. It's called Icy Colors. He said that he remembers when he made it, it was like he was trying to incorporate the idea of like a 1940s cartoon character. Think like old, cartoon characters, black and white. And what would it be like if they were on a bad acid trip? So this is that result. So even though they're black and white, they're cartoons, they cry in pure color. And this definitely captures that. You're going to see when I pull it out. So this is the box. Now, one thing about designer toys, it's all about the artists and the art. It's not just pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out. It's all about the expression of art. And the packaging is really important with a lot of that. You can get a blind box figure. The art on the blind box figure will be spectacular. Even though it's inside in a little baggie, they usually give it a good display. Even when you buy Safubi, it's going to come in a little plastic bag with a card. Well, the card, always a lot of art. And also these vinyl figures, these big vinyl figures, the art is really popping on the boxes. So this one, no exception to that rule. It is spectacular. First you got the figure, the photograph of the figure on the front. The top has the logo, which I actually love. I love the style of the logo and the colors. But I do love how this tricolor here not only is there in the logo, it actually bleeds down and splashes down on both sides, right? So it gives it that continuity. And the same thing goes around the box where you see the splashing going on here of the liquid color tears, continues around there seamlessly, and then to the back. The back, which has the original, not the original, obviously it would be much more expensive if this is the original, but the art that it was based on. Icy Colors, the Tony Riff art. This is a great piece. Like I said, it's one of the more popular ones. And you could see what he's talking about. This figure, the character is sweating and freaking out and holding his head because he's having his little bad trip. But that's the box. I want to actually show you the figure because the translation from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions was fantastic. So let's take a peek. So here we have our figure freed from his cardboard and plastic prison. And now I get to gush and gush and gush about what I love about it. Forget about just the design. I told you I love Tony Riff's art. I told you I love his painting of Icy Colors. The translation is fantastic. The contrasts are what I love about this. The black and white stark against each other. These 3 bright colors popping out against the black and white, and they all contrast with each other. The bluish green, it's very blue here, the yellow and the orange. They kind of knock it out of the park with that. Now, I love that it splashes into the tears down here, into the pool. It actually splashes up, and I like how it is hidden against the body, like almost lapping against his body, like he's in an ocean of multicolored tears. Really, really important to me is the fact that they didn't just paint everything. All these lines, his little nostrils, are these whiskers? I don't know what's over here. His teeth, the frown lines, the little crow's feet, little bags under his eyes, these tears splashing on the side, the sweat, because he's freaking out. He's got the sweat dripping down from his head here. It's not just these little white painted lines against the black. This is actually sculpted in 3 dimensions, so you could actually feel it. I mean, I know I'm a weird person for sitting here feeling this figure, but it's really cool that it's not just like a throwaway idea, oh, we're just going to throw a little paint on it, blah, 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 and it's over. No, this is really a lot of attention to detail, and that's what I'm going to say 100 times about it, because I think that's really important. Chin muscles. You see I don't have chin muscles. All I have is this beard and my face floats above it. The knuckles, the little divots here for the knuckles, all of this, it's all textured. This is going to be weird when I'm going to obsess about this, but the hat. Who's going to sit there feeling the underside of a hat on a toy? You know what? I'm going to do that because, again, I want to see how much love they put into the figure. That tells you how much a company is really behind what it's doing. It's how much love they put into it and how much respect they have for the artist by doing that. This hat could just be floating above his head. They could have just put a bunch of black lines on there to say, oh, look, it's got dimension. No, even under the hat, I could feel it. They have little ridges sculpted in there. Inside the eye sockets. Who's going to feel around inside of an action figure, designer toys, eye sockets? I'm that weirdo. And guess what? Those white lines denoting the depth, yeah, sculpted. You could feel it. That's something actually I wanted to talk about. I think it's a really amazing thing that they did where these pieces of vinyl that are popped into here. We know that they're popped into here. We know that they're probably glued in there somehow. But because of the shadow and the depth, it actually looks like the tears are actually coming out of the inside of the figure, like it's actually pouring up from the inside of the figure. And I think that's really cool. Let's see what we could see when we flip it around to the back. Mostly black and white, but there is, again, the banging stark contrast of the color against the black, all black background. And it's very cool. I like the paint job where they actually have random splats of paint going across the bottom, going across here, even in the back, where they said, we're not going to ignore that. We're not going to say, oh, we're going to perfectly paint it with nice, perfect straight lines. No, they went and they said, let's make it a little chaotic. This is a chaotic figure. There's a lot of craziness going on. Let's make it as chaotic as possible. And they really delivered on that. So if you are a fan of Tony Riff, if you're a fan of designer toys, if you're neither and you just want a really cool figure to bring home, and I mean, this is very unique. This is going to be a conversation piece, to say the least. I mean, you know, your parents will come over to your house and look at this and be like, what the heck is wrong with you? Your friends will come over and be like, I want it, that's so cool. And you'll be like, too bad, it's mine, you should have bought it because there was 750 pieces. It's limited to 750 pieces. So you did not sleep on it. You said, I'm going to get this right now. You went to unruly.sideshow.com and you ordered it right away. And that's why you have it. It's one of 750. That means there's only 749. And I don't know who else bought it. There's probably a lot less left. You better get together. Go. Get it. But before you get it, I just want to let you know, Unruly Industries is on Instagram. They are on Twitter. The Facebook group is the Designer Toy Collective. Join us, because you're going to find more Tony Riff figures. He's got Bonehead coming out. We have Tracy Tubera, who's doing the sneakers figures. They're all licensed. Jesse Hernandez, Urban Aztec. He's got some amazing figures coming out. He's got one out already, and he's got two coming on the way. Ian McDonald is working with us. There are so many figures coming out, and hopefully I get to review them all. I mean, Jose Polito and his Calaveras figures. He's got Joker, Harley Quinn, Batman. I can't wait for those to come out. I'm going to review those as well. So get on it. Don't sleep on it. Remember, follow Tony Riff. He's also on Instagram and Twitter. And join us. Join the Designer Toy Collective. And thank you very much for watching. See you soon.
Hey, did you like that video? Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more info on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under Product Info. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.